Well, welcome everyone to tonight's town council meeting. If you could please stand and join us in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing if you'd like.
Let us pray. Father, the scripture teaches us that the future doesn't come in one moment, but through a series of faithful decisions. And so tonight we give you thanks for the opportunity for this body to gather and for the responsibility they've been given to make decisions for the good of all. So we pray for your blessing upon the town of Sheridan and upon all the work that will be transacted here tonight. May it all be to your glory. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Thank you for the opportunity. Fortunately, I have to go to church for another meeting.
Call the meeting to order. Liz, can you do roll call?
Silas Devaney,
Here.
David Kingpig,
Here.
Daniel Bragg,
Here.
Eric Differs,
Here.
Levi Strauch, Ronald Stone,
Here.
Michael Foot.
Here.
You do have a forum.
Thank you. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from February 3rd?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the February 3rd council meeting.
Sorry.
That wouldn't be, wait a second.
Oh, it's 17.
It's 17th,
Yeah,
I'm
it
sorry.
would be.
Okay, my mistake.
Yeah,
Sorry.
February 17th. So redo your motion, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from February 17th, 2026.
Sorry.
I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? I feel like Ron Burgundy there. I was reading what was on the teleprompter. I have to scan this next time.
There you go.
Consent agenda. There are no items for consent agenda. Is that correct? All right. So we will move on to special presentation, NDOT State Road 47 update, Jennifer Beck.
Okay. Thank you so much for putting me on your agenda today. It's been a few months since we last spoke. September 16th, I believe, was when I was last here. And we thought we were going to be telling you guys that we were starting construction last year, and that did not happen. NDOT's construction season typically starts April 1st. And we're nearing that date, and we have a pretty good idea of what our schedule is going to look like this coming year. So I wanted the chance to give you guys and the town an update on what to expect this year on 47. So as a refresher, in case you didn't memorize everything I told you in September, this project is going to be broken into 4 phases. The first phase will be from County Line to Westco Parkway or the Water Tower Road, kind of in between there. The second phase will be from Westco Parkway all the way to Mule Barn Road. Third phase will be Mule Barn Road to Biddle Park Drive West. And then the fourth phase will be the construction of the roundabout itself. The first phase is just roadway widening, so it's not going to be too labor intensive. It should be pretty quick work for them, about 30 days for them to get that done. My big update is that they are assuming weather is favorable, which in Indiana, who knows, and assuming our last little bit of utility relocation gets done on time, they do look to start March 23rd with the road closure. If that stays the course, you'll see on or after closure signs get posted next week because we provide 2-week notice for closures. And with that 23rd date being the start, again, assuming weather is favorable and assuming utilities have relocated as we have a plan for. If that changes, that sign will get updated accordingly, but that's the plan. That will be about 30 days, and then they will move into phase 2, which is the heavier lifting work that's going to take a lot more time. That'll be the full tear out of the road, new storm sewers, a lot of pipe work, and then putting in the sidewalk on the south side of the road there. The big thing I wanted to update on for phase 2, really, and throughout the rest of the project, is maintaining traffic to local residents. Even though the roads closed, all local residents and businesses will still be able to be accessed the entire time the project is under construction. The big question is going to be, which direction do you need to come from to reach said house or business? The contractor will be working west to east. So as they progress, there will be times where I'm going to use Arrow Street as an example, since there's a residential neighborhood that only accesses off of 47 there. So as the phase 1 and beginning of phase 2 is under construction, they will only be able to access from the east heading west. And as they progress past Arrow Street Drive, then it'll flip and their access will only be from the west heading eastbound. Those specific details will be discussed from the contractor directly with impacted property owners. That residential neighborhood is the only tricky part, because I doubt they're going to go door to door to every single house. We did talk about posting signs at the entrance of the neighborhood with anticipated changes for their access specifically, so that they have an awareness of, okay, tomorrow it's going to change and flip to the other direction. I'll plan accordingly on my route and where I'm going. Again, it's the responsibility of the contractor, but we're working with them to make sure that they're communicating in advance and giving everyone the information they need to plan appropriately. But it's fair to say that access will be from one direction or the other, based on the fact that they really are tearing out the entire road and rebuilding it. And they're not going to be able to maintain two-way traffic along 47 while it's built. So that's phase 2, and once they move into phase 3 will include the realignment of Mule Barn Road. And so the closure of Mule Barn in California, as well as that yellow area there from Mule Barn to the park. Same thing, like I said, access to 47 will be from one direction or the other. That's going to be later in the year. So once we have more specifics of how progress is going, they'll have a better idea of productivity and how long it's going to take them to do work. And we can give a better update and specifics later on this summer for that. And then phase 4 with the roundabout, we are looking like that's going to go into 27. We hope to start the roundabout's kind of broken into 2 phases itself. So we're hoping to get at least half of it done before the winter, get it in a condition where it can be winterized and safely navigated, and then come back in the spring and finish it up. If they can't finish it this year, we're still exploring some options to get that done. But access is so important to be maintained that there's not a whole lot of options we have, but we're still trying. So that being said, does anybody have any questions?
How long are you projecting phase 2 to last?
I want to say we're looking at 2 to 3 months for phase 2, and then another 2 to 3 months for phase 3.
Okay.
We're looking at optimization, like that's kind of,
So phase 2
Textbook.
probably start around the 1st of May.
yes, yeah. So it's 30 days for phase 1, and that's the more cut and dry one. So we know that'll take 30 days. So if they are able to start on the 23rd, then really they'll be switching into phase 2 at the end of April, or early May.
So phase 3 wouldn't start before the 5th of July.
It's anticipated that that's the changeover, is that phase 2 is done by 4th of July. And then after 4th of July is when they move into phase 3. That's roughly what we're targeting.
Okay.
When we get closer to that, we'll definitely I'm happy to come here and present. Scott Kirby's in all our meetings. He gets the latest and greatest and can definitely share as information becomes available as well.
Any questions for Jennifer? Do we need her to stay up for the next item?
She can fill in the blanks, I'm sure, that we have them.
If you don't mind
Yeah,
staying.
no, yeah, yep.
So no further questions for Jennifer. We'll move on to the 236th Street funding, federal funding award.
I feel like I need to have a big check.
Yeah. The counselors, pleased to report to you that through the efforts of Mr. Kirby and various other individuals, that this past week we received notice from NDOT through the local projects that we were in fact awarded for construction 6.5, almost $6.6 million for the reconstruction and improvement of 236th Street. In the days after, we learned that this number is just for construction. We also were awarded engineering monies and right-of-way monies. So all told, it's approximately $8 million worth of funding
for 236th Street. Ms. Beck is our project manager, and she is committed to holding our hand through this process through the request for proposal. Mr. Kirby has that. We have a kickoff meeting with NDOT on March 11th.
Right.
So we're gonna have here in the early phases some timelines. It is all subject to the NDOT in federal process. That we cannot get out of sync with, but I don't know if there's anything else we'd like to add, but pretty significant day for the town of Sheridan.
So this is 2029 budget?
It's fiscal 32 construction dollars. The big thing I would encourage you guys to focus on is you have to get your PE money request in by August 1st. So that you already got your RFP posted and that timeline already going, but you want to make sure you have the executed contract for services signed and sent to NDOT before that date. We have had locals who don't procure a consultant that quickly, and then that money gets lost. So don't.
So that's the professional engineering services to design the road, identify the needed right of way. There'll be a lot of preliminary work, and that those construction dollars, the year they're released will come up very fast. With all the process we have to go through from this date forward.
I would encourage to, even though it's fiscal $32, which can be obligated as early as July of 31, that program always sees flexibility from projects that move in and out. So if it is something that you guys are able to have ready earlier, and then if our funding program has the availability to move it up, it's always good to have options for our program. So even though 32 sounds far away, it'll come up quick, or if you get it ready earlier, it can always bump up. But the right of way money, I believe, is tied to fiscal 29, if I recall correctly. So that will, make sure you're ready to go for each next phase, and NDOT has flexed money when they can, when projects are ready early.
Any questions?
No, this is huge. This is huge for first go
Very
around.
significant.
Yeah.
It's a major, dare I say, milestone for the community in improving that road in light of all the things we had to deal with in the last 24 months as it relates to that road. But $8 million for a $10 million road. So again, it's a local match, and ours is approximately $2 million as part of that entire project scope of 10. So significant win for the town of Sheridan.
We'd like to extend a very huge thank you for your help in all of the projects around here and the 38 project that went through earlier. So
Thank you. Yep.
very helpful.
Can I ask a question? Yes. Scott, when you get to, before you sign contract with engineers, will you involve us?
Absolutely.
Because
It has, my understanding, Jen, is it has to go to NDOT first. They have to sign off on it before we do any negotiations, then it will come back for us.
Perfect. And Jennifer, it was this totally different subject, but since you're here, who is the contact at NDOT on the Dunbar project, the appropriate person?
I'm the project manager on Dunbar Road.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
great. So I'm gonna send a letter because we discovered through the grapevine that there was a construction meeting with Hamlin County. We have an interlocal cooperation agreement with them that says one of our council members will be informed and attend every meeting. So
I
I'm
was
just
the one who
saying,
asked that question in the meeting. I was like, where's Sheridan?
yeah,
Hmm.
I don't want to know the answer.
Sorry.
Because I want to write a friendly letter.
Okay.
But I will copy you on that too,
Okay.
so that the county and NDOT is aware that Mr. Councilor Kincaid is the representative of council and is to be invited to the candidate. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, Jim.
I'm gonna change this order real quick and put Indiana American Water up next. Cause I doubt if you guys want to stick around for the rest of the meeting, so we'll let you get in and get out.
Well, thank you guys for your time. So I wanted to introduce Todd Gleber. He's our new Sheridan supervisor. He's going to be representing Sheridan from here on out at all our attack meetings, at all the meetings we have at the council. He does have contact information that he'll pass out at the end of this meeting. So if anybody wants his number, his contact information, let us know. We'll make sure you get it by the end. I also brought Mike Seals with me, and he's gonna update everybody a little bit on some of the projects that we have going around town.
Good evening,
So
council.
first, welcome. Congratulations. All right, you can go back if you want to sit down.
Good evening, councils. Major project we have right now, you probably noticed, we're installing a lift station down at 226th Street and then going up Lamong Road with some piping. So it's a 12-inch force main going from the lift station at Lamong, going all the way and ending at the wastewater plant. The piping's about 3/4 done right now. And then we're also installing a water main from basically 236th Street down Lamong and then connects there, basically where the lift station is, and then the subdivision that's coming about to being built by Lennar next year. So the piping's, is 3/4 done. Everything's going well. Expect it to be done by basically the end of May. And I'd say everything's pretty much on schedule. And then, most of our work on State Road 47, been working with Jennifer and her team. We have most of our water mains that they hopefully were all moved last year. And we have a little bit of just sewer mains to move as we go through construction on that. So that's probably the second project we've got. And then I think unless you have another concern, I think most of the other projects are going pretty well. We have a little bit of work to do on the 6th Street lift station this year, just surface work, but. And then we have a water main project that's near town hall that we're basically getting rid of an old water main that goes underneath the newbie property there across from Main Street. And we're going to move that basically 2 blocks to the north to kind of clean up that, but that'll be happening this year as well. So,
Any questions for either gentleman?
How about smoothing off the 6th Street down there that we were gonna fix last year?
yeah, where the road cut was.
It's been fixed twice, and it's the roughest part of 6th Street. And that was a brand new road when you guys got started.
State Road 38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You promised me you were gonna get a crew up here and straighten it up. And we've never seen anybody.
Yep. We can look at it again. I did check into it last year. And I forget the person's name. Met with somebody at NDOT and they thought it was okay, but we can look at it again. But yeah, we don't want to leave a dip in the road or anything like that for sure. And, the right timing would probably be when we do the additional work, surface work down at 6th Street, we could maybe take another look at it.
I think could be in the same project.
You know roughly when that's gonna be?
When weather's fit, probably like early May, probably be a good kind of target.
Okay, we'll remember that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Last special presentation, the Sheridan Events Committee.
All right, so the Sheridan Events Committee has been actively reaching out to previous and potential donors to raise funds for our 3 events that we have here. Revved Up Ride, which is the end of April, the 4th of July Fireworks and Festival, and our Harvest Moon Festival in October. The committee began the donor campaign mid-January to 265 businesses and individuals. And mid-February, we followed up with more emails because we realized some of those emails went to spam. And so we did another reach out to try and not use a mail merge function and do a direct mail. And we got some success from that. Phone requests for donations started mid-February, and we are continuing that, making contacts with individuals and local businesses as well. We've had 13 businesses or individuals who have donated as of today. We have 4 pledges that are currently outstanding, and we have 6 declined to donate who were previous donors in 2025. So we are starting to see, I think, some donor fatigue within the town of Sheridan. We've also submitted a grant request to the Hamilton County Tourism for $5,000 for both the 4th of July and a second request for Harvest Moon. It is the first time we've ever submitted to the Hamilton County Tourism for the grant. The grant would help fund the programming for our 4th of July festival. The grant is very specific. The monies cannot be spent on fireworks. And so we will hear sometime mid-March whether or not we are a recipient for both of the grants that were submitted. The Sheridan Events Committee also met with the Sheridan Community Schools on February 13th to begin the plans to move our 4th of July festival and fireworks to the school grounds. With the work that's happening close to Biddle and not knowing what was going to happen with NDOT, we worked with the Planning Commission or Parks Department and really made the decision that it would be best to move the festival to the high school this year. And so the school is in total support and willing to offer all kinds of assistance for the town to be able to move the festival and the fireworks to the grounds. And the follow-up, we're going to have a follow-up meeting with the school sometime after spring break. Dr. Mundy and his team wanted to meet after spring break. So with follow-up meetings that will follow after that. So we are under contract with Burger Haas Productions LLC for a 20-minute fireworks show with music that's going to play through the high school stadium sound system, as well as cell phones for anyone who wants to download the designated app on their phone. Once the fireworks are started electronically, it immediately kicks off the sound to the music. It will not be programmed timed, but it'll be close. So that is one benefit that we haven't had in the past that we're getting this year. The cost of the fireworks is $15,000. Which is actually less than the original quote that we received, which was $19,000. So with quotes coming in, we got that down. We have submitted the initial down payment of $1,000 to Burger House Production to lock in their services. And we have a date of June 4th, 2026, where the remaining $14,000 is due. So the budget for the 4th of July festival is also $15,000. So we have $15,000 for fireworks, $15,000 for the festival at the high school. This includes some plans that we are currently putting in place: an aerial ball drop, kids zone, classic games and activities, police presence, stage and band, historic zone, signage and directional signage, banners, decorations, promotional material, food vendors. We are currently still in the process of making sure we have those all planned out as well. We have currently raised $5,000 towards the fireworks and the 4th of July festival. With an all-in budget of $30,000 for the 4th of July, we have a large deficit. To ensure the success and sustainability of our community's Independence Day celebration, the Sheridan Events Committee is formally proposing a strategic partnership with the town of Sheridan. Under this proposed agreement, the Sheridan Events Committee would maintain full responsibility for the comprehensive planning and execution of both the 4th of July festival and the fireworks display. To bridge our current funding gap, we are requesting that the town of Sheridan finance the $15,000 cost of the fireworks. This would establish a clear division of financial responsibility and the covering of the expenses. The town would provide the finances for the fireworks. I've done some research, reaching out to some local town people. I've also done some research on who has paid for fireworks with local towns. Tipton, Albany, Indiana. I've looked at other small towns that are our size. I'm not talking about Carmel, Noblesville, Fishers. My research indicates that it's highly unusual for a nonprofit organization to bear the full financial responsibility for the municipality's fireworks. Even our partner, Burger House, who's doing our fireworks, noted that their extensive experience, such displays are almost exclusively funded and scheduled by the town. We believe that establishing a partnership between the Sheridan Events Committee, who will maintain and do the festival, and the town of Sheridan doing the fireworks, it would be an effective way to ensure a memorable 4th of July for all Sheridan events. Now, we appreciate that the town is in a transitional period, and we are excited to play a small part in creating opportunities for our community to come together. We are a small group of volunteers, and we are very mindful that we have to be good stewards of the money that this town is entrusting us with. Having the town partner with the Sheridan Events Committee would ensure that we can put on a truly memorable 250th Independence celebration for our community. So it is an official request to see if you would fund the fireworks.
Discussion? Guess first thing. We'll turn it over to legal on a request of. Such as this, would it be a? Transfer of funds to a committee, or would it just be a direct pay to the vendor?
Probably transfer funds. I think
Okay,
that would not liability. You can do either way. If you're more comfortable just buying the fireworks, we probably put together a notification agreement. You all have insurance
Yes, we do.
in that and all that.
Mhm. And Burger House also carries insurance as well.
You prefer to do it that way rather than transfer money to the nonprofit, that would be fine. But they put together some identification.
Do we have the funds, Mr. President, to cover it?
I don't think we have that information today to make that decision. We would have to. See where we could potentially. Get that from.
That's what I was gonna say. We need to explore where that's gonna come from.
So we need to table it, probably.
Until next.
Until
next meeting.
next meeting.
I move we table this until the next meeting. Second.
We have a motion and a second to table the discussion of. The purchase of. I don't want to say purchase of fireworks, but funding. The events committee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Rob, do you want to lead this up since you made the motion to see where the money can be had?
Talk to Jim.
Whoever you need to talk to, not me.
I do have a separate question.
Yes.
We have the April 25th car show. And with NDOT saying they're doing a 30-day, like they're starting. We do have a permit from NDOT saying that we can shut down Main Street. Should I check? Is that still in effect? Or does it get
Currently, it's
canceled?
still in effect. I don't. When did
Mr. President, I can address that if you would.
Sure.
I have been working with NDOT. Every 2 weeks, we have a planning meeting for the safety and security of the people that come here to visit, those residents that are here. When 47 shuts down, it's going to be shut down at County Line, and everything's going to be directed north on County Line Road up to 2nd Street and through town. So from a public safety perspective, it's going to be up to the town council what they decide. But our recommendation is that event get moved as well. And we try to avoid Main Street this entire year. I know that's not what people want to hear, but I think from a public safety perspective, that makes sense.
Right.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
To the town.
Okay.
When did you receive your permit?
Before January 29th,
So 2026?
we had a
Yes.
meeting with Jen Miller and Scott Kirby on January 29th, where they strongly urged us to stay away from the parks for the 4th of July, but
Mhm.
we were told that per Scott Kirby's conversation with NDOT, that he was pretty sure that we would be fine for the car show at the end of April. And we had spoken with NDOT last year when we were here, and they said they were willing to work their timetable around events like the car show, and that they would just postpone things. But that's not what she said when she came a few minutes ago.
So we did receive the official permit from NDOT like January 29th.
Yeah.
Whatever, it was the same day
It
that,
was the same day as the meeting. I believe
Yeah.
it was January 20th.
yeah,
So do you have a current plan B?
not at the moment.
So-
We have spoken to the school.
We have.
There is a possibility. It is very short notice because this is less than 2 months out. So
Yeah.
we can attempt it, but it will affect other people such as Greeks on Main, who
Yeah.
was planning on having a beer garden, and I believe we were moving the stage in front of them, so
Mhm.
that will affect them as well.
My recommendation, I know your timetable is getting smaller.
Yeah.
Would be to table this as well. You guys try to develop a plan B
Got it.
in between now and our next meeting.
Mhm.
We will do some internal conversation with Chief and Mr. Kirby, and hopefully we can have NDOT's input as well.
Mhm. It is a 9 a.m. Probably more like an 8 a.m. till 4 in the afternoon closure. We pretty much have everything.
On Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if someone has something else, any other ideas on this, but,
Okay. Well, we will come up with an alternate plan and we'll have it ready.
we need to make a motion to table this.
April 25th, Saturday, April 25th.
Well, it puts it, it'll make us put it back on the agenda if we won't forget.
Okay.
Someone make a motion.
I move that we table the second request from the Sheridan Consent Committee following meeting.
Second.
Further discussion? Jennifer.
I just wanted to add that the temporary use and event permits do come to this body for final approval, and this permit for revved rides was scheduled to be on your March 17th agenda anyway.
Okay. So I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thanks for the information.
All right.
Any other presentations? We'll move on to old business. Ordinance 2026-03, design standards and specifications.
Thank you and good evening. Before you, for a second reading is the ordinance for adoption of the construction standards for the town of Sheridan. As I stated during your last meeting, this project has been in the works for several months with input from Banning Engineering, Scott Kirby, Brian Paddock, and myself. In January, staff met with several members of the council to review this document, which sets the standards for Sheridan roads, trails, stormwater, and erosion control. There have been a few changes as we've had an opportunity to quote unquote test these standards. And so those changes now include on page 2, there is a note that rolled curb will be used in local residential streets, not a chair curb. Also on page 2, street details now allow for a sidewalk or side path / trail on either side of the street. On the same page, local street detail lane width has been changed to a 15-foot minimum. This is to ensure that there is space for parked cars on each side of the road and still have a safe travel lane down the center. On page 2, also note 6 was changed to include a maximum allowable grade of 5%. And note 8 was changed to include maximum speed limits for each roadway classification. Note 12 was also changed to add the state minimum required curb radius for cul-de-sacs. And then moving on to page 3, there was a turn lane at an entrance detail added. And then on page 15, a trail detail was changed to be labeled for perimeter and public trails, not to be confused with any trails that may be within a subdivision. Bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.
Any questions for Mrs. Miller? This is the second reading. Motion.
I'll make a motion. We accept ordinance number 2026-03, the update to the design standards and specifications.
Second. I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you.
Passes. Any other old business? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business, ordinance 2026-04, amending chapter 93.16 Parks Board appointment of members.
This, as you explained in the title, updates the language for the creation compilation of the, or composition of the park board. As it currently reads, it allows, 4 members appointed by the town council, 1 member appointed by the school board, and it has to be a member of the school board, and a, 1 person appointed by the library board that is a member of the library board. This amendment would change it so that the person appointed by the, board of school trustees could be anybody, could be a board member, but could also be anybody that lives within the town. And the same goes for the library board. It also, added a, amendment that, waives the political affiliation requirement as allowed by, Indiana code. So, we've had difficulties in finding, various political parties, fill these positions, that would waive that requirement.
If you're not comfortable with that, we brought an alternate that maintains,
Political party?
affiliation.
No, please, no. No.
We've heard you say that enough that.
Because-
So.
Mike Keenholz cannot be on every committee we have.
Yeah, that's specific to towns, that provision. Waiver.
Okay. To. This is the first reading of the ordinance.
Yeah.
Do we want to suspend the rules? Because the park board, I'm highly recommending that we do suspend the rules because there are empty seats, they're trying to get stuff done. And we need to appoint and fill those seats.
I'll move to suspend the rules and this.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend rules. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any questions or comments with the ordinance as presented?
I'll move that this body accept ordinance number 2026-04 as presented.
Second.
Daniel Bragg seconded that. Liz, for the record. We have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes. So hopefully next meeting we'll have some names to add to that board and maybe the school and library. Talk to the library and see if they can get somebody to replace you.
I think that's in that they do or do not have to be a member of the board of trustees.
Do not.
Not have to be.
Thank you.
Previously they did and we didn't realize that.
Okay.
And that's why we're making the change.
Your code
That's
is,
not a statutory requirement.
it's not, your code is actually more restricted than the Indiana code.
Yes.
Thank you.
I didn't see you sitting back there, so get us someone appointed.
It's on the agenda Monday night.
Thank you. Resolution 2026-10, authorizing special purchase of skid steer.
Good evening. I believe legal has a special purchase agreement of some sort that they would like to go over. This is basically for us to purchase the skid steer. There's a difference between the Bobcat price of 82 and some change versus the recommended one by staff was the Kubota. There's about a $6,000 difference. There are differences in the machines, but I'll let Zach explain.
I think you summed it up pretty well, but, we made a special purchase resolution in case you're not going to have the lowest responsive possible, quote. We use we use Indiana code, 522-10-8, which allows you all to make a special purchase when, equipment or accessories or replacement parts, is a substantial consideration of the purchase. And speaking with Mr. Kirby, he explained that the Kubota allows, accessories and attachments that you will all already own instead of the Bobcat, which you have to buy Bobcat specific accessories.
The Bobcat requires an adapter to run other equipment. It's just one more $1,400 piece of equipment. The Kubota has a little bit bigger engine, has a little bit more flow, hydro flow. So it's just a little bit better machine all the way around. So that's why we recommended, the guys went down and test drove the Kubota. They really liked it. So that was our recommendation.
Any questions? Is this going through the Geo bond?
It is going through Crossroads Bank
Crossroads Bank.
lease
Yep.
that Mr. Higgins has worked.
Entertain a motion
I
or
would move that we approve resolution 2026-10, authorizing the purchase.
Second.
have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
Mr. Bertrand, did you put the trailer on do you want to do that now or?
Yes, do it now.
Okay. So, and as part of this, we also need to get a heavy duty trailer. There's no special provisions. The lowest bid from TC Trailers, I believe it was 12,695 was the lowest bid. The guys went over, looked at it and are satisfied that it'll meet all of our requirements. So we would like to recommend that purchase. It'll also be on the lease agreement. So the lease agreement will be a total of 101,495. Then that will include the Bobcat, the grapple, and the trailer, and that will allow us to take the Bobcat, or I'm sorry, the skid steer any place in our jurisdiction so that we can actually get it there in a timely manner if we need it.
How does this money have to go with it?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I don't know that it really does, probably, if we get that information, we probably included it in here, but those pieces of equipment are separate and they're each under $50,000, so they can be approved without quotations.
So we just approve the purchase then. We don't need a resolution for it.
We would have worked it in there, if we had all that, but we just had to skid steer.
Technically, it does say additional equipment as described on exhibit A. So that additional equipment, the trailer, the grapple, is included on.
The grapple is, the trailer is not.
Well, it'll be on there now.
You shared at the last meeting, the trailer.
Yes.
Cost to go through that.
Yes.
And we did get 3 quotes and it is the lowest of the 3. So
Okay.
Let's just make a motion to purchase the trailer.
Yeah.
As described by Director Kirby.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of a heavy duty trailer from TC Trailer. With the recommendation from Director Kirby.
Second.
Motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
thank you.
Mr. Stern, outdoor warning siren purchase agreement for Skylake LLC. This is a resolution 2026-11 authorizing the purchase of an outdoor warning siren.
Yes, sir. There's actually 2. In the UDO, any new large development in town, they're required to purchase an outdoor warning siren. I have met with Sky Lake and they have provided a check for the siren. Also in my appropriations for this year, in 2024, I received some lit funds from the county. And I've been wanting to use those funds to add an additional siren that be in town here. And I would like to place that siren out by the school to cover Center Place and that side of town. And for example, like when the Lennar comes on, they'll be required to purchase an outdoor warning siren. In the new outdoor industrial park, they'll have to purchase an outdoor warning siren as well. So it'll bring full coverage to the entire community. And also with Sky Lake Siren, it'll cover the folks out there that are going to be outdoors. So what I'm requesting today, like I said, the Sky Lake has wrote a check to the town for their siren. And I have the lit funds that were appropriated this year for the town to purchase a siren. And these sirens are proprietary to Hamilton County. They have to work on Hamilton County's system. That's the only vendor Hamilton County uses. So these will be connected to EMA so they can set them off and all that other stuff. So that's why there's only 1 quote. So the quote is together for purchase of 2 sirens with a total amount of $77,362. So I'm requesting for us to be able to order those sirens and pay the bill once they arrive.
I would assume Skylight's responsible for installation.
So installation is included in the purchase of the siren.
Okay.
Skylake will be responsible for hiring an electrician to wire it. But the siren comes with the breaker boxes and the weather heads and all that stuff.
This resolution states that Scout Lake is providing 50% of the total bill cost.
Correct.
And you have available that money for the second half, or is there additional chip in by then?
I have the money.
So Councilor Foot, I think you misunderstood exactly what's going on here. So they're buying one for 38,000.
Correct.
Town's buying the second for 38,000.
Correct.
It was a division of cost of one. So if you will give us a little leniency on changing some of the recitals here, excuse me, it's really the purchase of 2 of the sirens, and normally, again, just as with the last purchase, if it's more than $50,000, you have to get quotes. 3 quotes, unless it fits one of the 14 special purchase categories. The chief informed us that the county requires the purchase of these sirens from this vendor to make the county system all work together, which means it falls under Indiana Code 522-10-8. If you approve the resolution tonight, we will doctor up the recital clauses a little bit to clarify that there are actually 2 sirens being purchased. Skylake is paid for one of them, and the other is being paid for by the town. And you're also ratifying the agreement with Skylake.
Yeah, that is broken now in the exhibit. It's
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, we got this one late and we're scrambling to get it right. Chief and I were dealing with another issue. I called him right back and I said, I got something entirely different. I didn't ask all the questions. So the actual resolution, the resolution portion of this is correct. If you'll give us the leniency to adopt the resolution and have us fix a couple of recital clauses here, we'll get it to Liz tomorrow. She can substitute the first page back in.
Need a motion.
I'll move that we adopt resolution number 2026-11 with the aforementioned changes to the recital clauses, separating out the individual purchases.
Second.
I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
2026 Rural District Chip and Seal
Can I
Project.
ask one more question?
Yes,
Sorry.
sir. Go ahead.
Whose signature was that on the agreement? Was that yours, Travis?
Yes, sir.
Okay, at least it looked to me like size straw. So I said that something the president had,
I signed the one that was up here, so I don't.
well, it's the one that's attached. So we'll change that recital also to say that it was signed by the chief of the department.
Let's scroll.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. So you're
Say
saying
my
more of a
signature?
chicken scratch.
So now I can force size.
I'm looking at it right now. I see nothing that looks like Travis Stern and.
It looks like an FI.
Looks like an SI to me, but.
I don't put this on. All right, 2026 Rural District Chip and Seal Project Support Proposal.
Good evening again. This is a recommendation to employ Banning Engineering for the Chip and Seal 2026 Chip and Seal program to help us do the Chip and Seal road plan, the culvert replacement details, quote package, and construction administration for a total of $14,000 to help us start that process of the Chip and Seal program.
Discussion.
It appears to be written as a not to exceed cost of the program.
That is my understanding.
Are there awards in place in this contract for coming in under budget, or is this just an expected expenditure of $300,000?
There's no penalties or.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just for the 14,000 to employ Banning. This has nothing to do with any bids for the actual construction.
How I read the quote was that bids would not be required if the budget for the work did not exceed $300,000.
If the budget for work exceeds 300,000, bidding will be required. If this occurs, we will regroup with Sheridan to adjust fees and process as necessary.
Yeah, Counselor, it's not anticipated, this funding's not there to exceed $300,000. So, Mr. Higgins, we programmed approximately $160,000 for chip and seal services. That's roughly about 10 miles of road in the rural district. So something seriously wrong if we double that estimate.
Hence my curiosity over this particular number of bidding.
Well, that's the statutory threshold to go into the bidding phases.
Sure.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. We approve the agreement with Banning Engineering for their consultation services for $14,000.
Second.
A motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you.
President, I will add to the record, in light of the CCNG monies coming back well below the estimated amount, that lowers our local match. So any of those monies left over from that local match tranche will then redirect it to this in case, you know, there's, I think, 3 small structures programmed for this project. You don't have to go to the dance, but
We're targeting, there's 3 small structures in the project scope, and we're targeting replacing those at the same time doing the shipment suit.
and those were informed by your road inventory analysis of what are the most critical in failure at this point.
Can I add one more thing? Mr.
Mhm.
President? So I'm not usually a fan of signing an engineering firm's contract. Banning's is fair and reasonable. There's one provision that I'll take the guidance of the council on. It limits, and this is not specific to Banning, everybody does it, limits their damages to $50,000 no matter what happens. You have to put a short amendment together, pulling that out, but the rest of the contract, I think, is very acceptable. They normally aren't.
Well, the CEO of Banning is in the chamber, so I think that's worth something. Oh, hey, Joe, how you doing?
He dresses different now too.
He does.
Yeah.
A little different swagger.
Is there any other new business? I know that.
Did you approve that?
Yeah, we already
So I
did.
guess I asked my question after you did, okay.
Yep. I know that Banning was working on an easement for us on the alley between the fire station and the hardware store. It did not make it to the agenda. I don't know. I don't think I circulated it to the council either.
Did I
So
receive that, Joe?
I received a hard copy, but I don't think I could receive the electronic.
Hard copy, I dropped off.
Yeah. And if you guys could send an electronic to us, we'll get that on the agenda next meeting. So that was it. Main Street Group is doing revitalization of the alley, and we need to try to get our ducks in a row prior. Other than that, we'll go to reports. Mr. Higgins said he had nothing. Attorney report?
Nothing significant other than my letter to the county informing them that we appreciate them complying with their interlocal agreement and inviting Mr. Kincaid to future meetings. I'll copy NDOT and council on that. We're still waiting on a response from Calumet, not receiving one, so we're going to search some discovery to try to encourage them not to incur additional legal fees and get the matter settled. Those are the big ones.
We do anticipate having a ordinance for your consideration at the next meeting regarding the issue of biweekly pay and possibly moving that to next month, as we discussed.
Okay. That would be for 2027.
It would, yeah, it wouldn't take effect until then, but it was a hot item as of recent and.
Don't want to forget about it. Sure. Good of the order. Anybody have anything up here? Good of the order? Public comment, non-agenda items only, limit to 3 minutes. You'll take up half your 3 minutes handing stuff out.
Gentlemen, good evening. Heidi Keenholz, Main Street, or Sheridan Main Street, Inc. Before you, I just wanted to let you know about a couple of things that we have going on tonight. In fact, 2 topics. First off is the pictures before you. This is an overhead shot of the parking lot that's directly behind the police and the fire station. And you'll know that we've basically identified every single one of the little patches of grass. It doesn't have to do with the trailhead, which is the semicircle patch of grass, but Sheridan Main Street Inc. has been working to on our beautification committee to put a little bit of color and beauty into those little patches. So we've been working with some ladies, master gardeners, in the capacity of putting up native plants and wildflowers in those patches. And so basically every single one of the skinny little patches of grass in and around that parking lot and that's, we've got bigger plans for the trailhead itself and that patch of grass right there, but that's going to be in later phases. This is, the entry point where a lot of people are parking for the Monon Trail. And so we want to make it pretty, and we want to make sure people see the beauty in Sheridan. So this is phase 1 of what will be, we're going to be doing some planting. So you'll see all the natives that we have planned out. So yeah, this is just a little information session. We're working with Director Kirby on this to make sure that, the town is not going to be in charge of the upkeep on this. We have selected natives because they are specifically, not a lot of care involved. So year number 1, we'll be planting and a little bit of growing. Year number 2, they'll be looking even better. Year number 3 they're going to be really knockout looking. We've chosen them to be of their sizes too, that they're not going to impede the view of traffic as well. Does anybody have any questions about this and the plantings that we have?
I don't have any. Does anybody up here have any questions?
No, I addressed the sidelines, which you have concerns.
Yep.
Anything area D in particular, you get trapped in the approach from the left.
Sure. So if one of the plants should grow a little higher than normal, then they're hardy enough that you can just lop off the top. So and so these will be coming back every year. It's not going to have to be a replant seasonally. There's going to be especially on the skinny sides, we're just roughing up the already ground that's there and dropping the wildflowers. And then there's going to be actual plantings in the larger beds.
They're going to be mulching the first 2 years before they establish, or is it going to be open ground?
Ladies, do you mulch? Yes, thank you.
Looks good.
Thank you. We're excited about it.
Thank you.
Additionally, this kind of dovetails into my next project, and you can kind of keep this map up if you would, Mr. Bertrand, because Sheridan Main Street Inc. is very excited to announce the opening of our first Sheridan Art Alley project. If you look up at the top corner, that alley north of the fire station and between Keywers Hardware. That is the location of our very first art alley. So it's been a project that has, Cindy, why don't you come on up with me? It's been a long time incoming, and we are going to be working with Patronicity as a funding mechanism. We basically have a $50,000 matching grant that is through Patronicity and the Indiana Housing and Community Development Fund. So it's up to us as a community to raise 50, and when we do that, we will get 50. If we raise 47, we'll get 47. If we raise 35, we'll get 35. But our goal is to exceed the $50,000 mark. If everybody wants to go to SheridanMainStreet.org, they will be driven to a link that anybody can donate. There are donation levels from anywhere from, if you have $10 to spare, up to if you donate a certain level, you get your name on a plaque. So there's varying degrees of all donation levels. We want this to be a truly community funded part of our Main Street. We think it's going to be a great pathway from our trailhead onto Main Street. We think it's going to be a very important part of how people see Sheridan when they come through town. And this is just, I'm calling it Sheridan's first art alley. And I feel like this is just going to be another feather in our hat of how our Main Street looks and feels when you're walking up and down it. Does anybody have any questions with that? Yes.
What'd you call her up for?
I wanted to, if I'm missing anything, she's going to chime in.
Okay. Well,
She's going to chime in.
She would chime in.
I know.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Go ahead.
30 seconds. The alley that we would love to do was brought before this body in November. So you saw the sketch, you saw the 3 arches, you saw that. It's a $127,000 project if we got our whole Christmas list, but we did qualify. And thank you, Jennifer, for working on this. We had to qualify by going through Sherpa, the Historic Preservation Officer. So it was a big deal that we qualified. And so now it launched on last Sunday, but we have our training session. We have a campaign strategy. You're going to start seeing it everywhere. And all of you gentlemen, as well as other town leadership, you got it in your email today. Okay, thank you.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
regardless, whether you're a business in or outside of Sheridan, if you are a Sheridan lifer, if you're new to Sheridan, if you don't live in Sheridan anymore, but you remember Main Street, we're asking you to give and help donate to our cause. And you can go to SheridanMainStreet.org, or you can go to our Facebook page as well to find out information. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else for good of the order? It's you, Vance. So Vance, when they plant the native plants, you're gonna be in charge of monitoring the height and letting us know if it needs to be cut back.
You all know I do a lot of driving in this township. With the construction of the sewage plant at Baker's Corner, they started out to put a lift station on the south side of 236, right there by that bridge. They had to abandon that lift station because it moved and they filled it in. But there is a crack in 236. Are they going to be held responsible for fixing that crack when the road shifted also? Thank you.
Thank you.
There is a sizable
We'll put that
crack.
in your letter as well.
Let's keep it to one topic,
Okay.
but we have to write another one.
Can we have Director Kirby's team go out and just take a look at what, and then,
Where exactly are you talking about? What's that? Where exactly are you talking about on 236?
Right there, that bridge where the lift station that they dug and then filled back in.
Okay.
There's a sizable crack going east and west.
I'll take a run at
It's,
this.
did
it's
they,
getting worse.
did they build another lift station further south?
My understanding, they did relocate the
The original one was unsuitable soil, so it's sinking into the core in the earth. I don't know where it's relocated. It's in the general vicinity. It's a regional lift station that, as I understand it.
Okay. Financial actions, accounts payable vouchers.
I'll make a motion, we pay the account payable vouchers.
Second.
Got a motion and second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passed.
Mr. President. Speak tonight.
Well, you passed your turn. That was good with the order.
I know, I tried to jump in.
All right, now go ahead.
Well, I just want to mention, we have a real gem on Main Street, and it's called the Sheridan Historical Society Museum. And I don't think a lot of people even here in town realize the importance of that building, and I may feel like I'm bragging, which I am, Yesterday, we had a group of 40 people there from Cicero. Today, we had a committee meeting there of about 20 people from all over the place. We had visitors there today from Fishers, from Cicero, one from Kokomo. So that means in the last 2 days, we've had at least 75 people come into the museum. And if you don't follow the museum at all, there are 2 places on Facebook you ought to take a look. One is called Sheridan, Remember When, on Facebook, and the other is the Sheridan Historical Society Museum. Those 2 sites, but we put things on there about the history of Sheridan all the time. Today, we had a lady walk in with a painting done by Mindy Rudd, if you know Mindy. She painted it in 1989, and it's a painting of the Shell Station at the corner of Main and 2nd Street. Beautiful painting. It's just amazing, now that we have a strong museum, how all the donations that we get from the community. And so I just want to point that out for you. If you get a chance, Sheridan, Remember When on Facebook, or the Historical Society Museum. We'd like for you to come visit us. We're a busy place. Thank you.
You're welcome. Statement by Council President. This group, I give a hard time all the time. I don't know what we would do without them. I want to give a special thanks to the Main Street group. I do kind of joke with you guys quite a bit, but you guys are doing great things for the entire community, not just Main Street. Everyone in our community can gain from your efforts. So please, if you have time, volunteer, help that group out. But again, my joking aside, but you guys are doing an awesome job. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. So upcoming meetings, Sheridan Community Center. Our next meeting will be March 17th. We have a couple items that we tabled, so we'll definitely be hitting that back up. Park Board, March 25th, RDC, March 24th, BZA and APC will be March 19th. Anybody have anything else? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?